So I think it's about time we have a conversation about Mikel Arteta and everything that's going on at Arsenal. Obviously, this January, still no signing for up front when we clearly need it. We have a struggling attack right now. I mean, especially with at squad depth and Ketia being our backup striker with Gabriel Jesus, who I don't even class as a striker up front. And obviously, along with that, we had a lot of news about Mikel Arteta potentially leaving Arsenal, which I don't know about anyone else, but for me, that gave me the worst feeling in my chest that I've ever felt. Going forward now, obviously, we found out that that's all fake. Everything that came out was just a load of crap, basically. And Mikel isn't leaving. Mikel's dedicated to the project, and I couldn't be more happier about that. But a lot of other people seem to be a bit over the moon about the fact that he was potentially leaving, which I really just don't understand. Like, anyone that thinks that Arsenal will be better off without Mikel Arteta are very wrong, because regardless, we're not going to get anyone else who's better than him. We're not going to get Jurgen Klopp. We're not going to get Ancelotti. We're not going to get anyone like that. So regardless, if you sack Mikel, you're getting Graham Potter. End of. I'm not saying Graham Potter's a bad manager, but what I am saying is they spent £1 billion on a team at Chelsea and the guy got sacked in 6 months. You should be doing a bit better there. So for me personally, I don't feel like sacking Mikel Arteta was even ever an option. I think that fans forget the main thing about what Mikel Arteta has done for this club. But we had a terrible, terrible team. We had Mustafi in defence. Do you know what I mean? We had Mustafi starting every game. We had that problem. Mikel solved it. Now we're in a different position, Champions League. It looks like we're going to get Champions League for the second season in a row, even though we're only 5 points off what we was last season at this stage. I still think we'll get Champions League. I still don't think that's kind of a worry right now. What I do worry about is the fact the fan base is already turning on Mikel, even though he's the one that has completely fixed everything. I have no idea how some people are so kind of negative about a man that took an Arsenal team that was literally barely getting 6th place, turns it into a team that, yes, we won the title charge, we messed it up at the end. Our average age of our team is 23 years old, and I guarantee to you a lot of people who are listening to this right now are 18 to 25 years old. Imagine you're in that situation. I'm not going to blame the team for them being young and inexperienced. That's just not fair. As the years go on, it will get better. Yet people just ignore that. People ignore the fact that 4 years ago, if I would have said to you, oh, we're going to challenge for the title against City, people would have literally laughed and been like, what do you mean we can barely even get a Champions League spot? Well, we didn't even get a Champions League spot. You know, it was 7 years before I even got to see Arsenal playing the Champions League again. And people want to say Mikel shouldn't be in the job, that Mikel ain't good. Yeah, fine, he may have won just an FA Cup and a Community Shield. We had a terrible, terrible team. It wasn't like, oh, we were just like mid. We had a terrible team. We were literally relying on 2 players. I'm not saying that we haven't done that for the longest time. We relied on Alexis Sanchez and Ozil. But this time is different. He's brought in different players. He's brought in all these different kind of elements to the game that I just really like. And, I think that a big one for me is probably Fabio Vieira, and a lot of people don't agree with me with this, and I wouldn't even agree with this at the start, but I think you need to see what he's doing. He's kind of building another version of City. I mean, to me, I'm not comparing it Bernardo and Fabio Vieira, but to me, they're the exact same build, the exact same style of play. I can see what he's going for. I can see exactly what he's doing. The only problem I have with Mikel personally is the fact that he won't get rid of Nketiah for some reason. I have no idea why. I have no idea how Nketiah is still at the club, and that's just how I feel about him. I don't think he's a good striker. I think he's a good striker for maybe, Bournemouth or someone like that. And no disrespect to Bournemouth, but if we're being real, like even then, he don't get in over Solanke. I don't see any top 4 team that starts Nketiah or even really has him as a backup, and that's just me being me. I don't know why this is happening, but that is the only drawback that I have had so far with Mikel Arteta. So all these people that are going on saying you need to sack him, you need to do this, you need to do that, I think you're completely wrong. I think he's done an amazing job, and I think 4 years to turn around the team this quick is actually quicker than what I was expecting. And, I think a lot of people are just stuck in the glory days. I don't see how you can hate on a man that went from being an assistant coach into one of the biggest managerial jobs in the world and still managed to do this well, but he still gets the stick. You can't expect every single aspect of it to be perfect. We've had so many setbacks and he's still prevailed. Yeah, we lost 2 very stupid games, but at the end of the day, he's smashing it. I think it's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with the way he's kind of just got out all that dead wood, put all these new people in, these whole new load of players. I love a lot of these players, do you know what I mean? I think that they're great, and I think that they were the right decision to make. I think everything so far, other than the fact of getting rid of Nketiah last summer and getting in a new striker, has been perfect. But still, there's still going to be hate, there's still going to be people with opinions, and I'm not surprised that there are some people that are just like this with Mikel Arteta, but I think you need to seriously just reevaluate, and I think you need to go watch some replays of 4 years ago and tell me if that's the same team.